Hi guys, my name is Abdullah and welcome to my channel. This is day 3 of my daily vlog. Today, I'm going to be talking about my hobbies and interests. This is just a simple introduction and would probably not dig in too deeply into it. So, what are the things that I like? There's a few that I have written down. So the most obvious one is I like computer games. So I've been playing computer games since I was very young. Probably since kindergarten, I think, if I'm not mistaken. Definitely from standard one. Definitely from standard one. Um, so um, that's the okay. I think I'll just list down all of it first, and then I'll explain a bit more. So the first one that I written down is computer games. The second thing that I like is programming. The third thing that I like is actually sightseeing. I'll explain it a bit more after this. The fourth thing is philosophy and psychology. The fifth thing that I write is nature and outdoor. The sixth is I like to eat. I like eating. And the seventh that I write here is tech and gadgets. So there are coincidentally 7 things I've written that I want to just uh, share with you guys a bit. So with regards to computer games, first one, with computer games when so like I mentioned just now, I started playing computer games. As far as I remember, I think it was in from standard one. At that time, I do not have a computer myself. But I always go to my friend's house to play. At that time, if I'm not mistaken, the game that we played was Digger. So that was very interesting for me. I loved it, and that was one of the reasons why I started to get into the second thing that I like, which is programming. Because ever since I was young, and ever since I started playing games, and my father said that with programming you can create your own games. So because of that, I it was sort of a dream for one day to be able to create my own games. Um, so far I haven't been able to achieve it yet. Um, Maybe that will be an episode by itself one day to tell of that. Uh, so, but for me, uh, so when as I grow older, of course there was many other kind of games that was introduced. So some of the general genre 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 some of the type of games that I like is um, RTS, okay, real time strategy. I loved playing Warcraft, Starcraft, um, what is it? Civilization, you know. Yeah, I had good memories playing all of that. XCOM, I think it falls under real time strategy. Oh no, XCOM is turn based. Yeah, it wouldn't fall under real time strategy. But yeah, I love XCOM. I love playing first person shooter, FPS. Love playing Doom. Yeah. In fact, I played Doom first before I played Wolfenstein. Wolfenstein. um, So uh, yeah, so I like playing first person shooter, but I don't play it competitively, and I'm not very good at playing it competitively anyway. Another genre that I like is RPG. So I'm always interested in stories. So RPG seems to be a good way, sort of like, yeah, it's a good way to explore things. I would say explore law and you know um as sort of like ideas, something like. Mm, I'm not making much sense here, but I like RPG anyway. So I've played, for example, Fallout. I've played Final Fantasy. I've played. In fact, I played Final Fantasy 7 when I was in university. It took me so long to finish it. For a long time, I didn't want to play any more RPG for a long time. So like, oh my god, I think it took at least weeks of my life. um, yeah, played Baldur's Gate. Yes. Another type of games that I like to play is puzzle games. So I have very fond memories of playing, especially like those graphical adventure games, like for example Monkey Island. Uh, I like playing Full Throttle, Days of the Tentacle. A lot of it is LucasArts games. So that is some of the type of games that I like. Next is programming. So when I was young, I wanted to play a game. Um, and also, I thought it was very cool to be able to tell the machine what you wanted it to do. So that's one of the reasons why I like programming. Um, and Alhamdulillah, I have now been doing it professionally for 20 years over now. Um, so I've been programming for like since I was 10, 9 or 10. And I've been doing it professionally since I graduated. Uh, that would have been around, yeah, around 20, 21 years ago. So so that is the thing, because when I started working, I already had almost 10 years of experience programming. So that is one of those things that I'm grateful for. I like sightseeing. Okay. So um essentially I like exploring uh new places. So I like to see what are the things that are different, what are the things that are more or less the same, what do I like better, what do I like less. Um, so as mainly is the exploration part of sightseeing. Um, I don't particularly go. I mean, if I remember, I remember lah. But usually, it's not my goal to search for places where you want to take pictures and things like that. So if I do remember it, then I will take pictures. If not, then it's just wanting to explore new places. I like philosophy and psychology. I put both of them together because the reason I like it is the same reason, which is that I like to know how people think. At least try to be able to understand. And in that sense, also, I would like to understand myself. I find that sometimes, I'm confused about the kind of things that I do, the kind of choices that I make. Sometimes, um, you know, you want to be able to understand people so that you'll be able to cope with sometimes there are no way to avoid being disappointed. But if you are able to understand the reason why it happened, then at least in some sense, um, it helps you cope with the disappointment, I guess. So I also like nature and outdoor. So the reason why I like nature and outdoor is because I like the calmness that comes from it, and especially the feeling of awe, the feeling of awe looking at nature. I love looking at the vast expanse of the sky, or uh, of the forest, of trees on the mountains, you know, of beautiful beaches. Uh, I like to just hang out in nature. Um, and I like doing outdoor activities, so like camping. I'm not so much into all the extreme stuff, like for example, rock climbing or white water rafting and things like that. Because I'm not really all that fit. But I like nature and outdoor. Another thing that I like that I mentioned I like is I like eating. I love to eat. Um, I would say I have I wouldn't but I wouldn't say it's refined, but it I have a quite a more um yeah, probably refined palate. So I don't usually like things that are very bland. Uh, taste more or less the same. Or things that is too extreme, too sweet, too sour, too of everything. A lot of processed food is like that. So um, yeah, so I love to eat, and because I love to eat, I also love to cook because sometimes you really can't get the kind of food with the kind of taste that you want unless you cook it yourself. And sometimes the cheapest way to get what you want. Uh, so it's one of those things that I am very grateful for living in Malaysia because there's a lot of good food, all kinds of good food. Almost every state in Malaysia have its own specialty, which I love very much. Going to Terengganu for the leko and fried battered fish, going to um, Malacca for the asam pedas, or maybe even Johor for the mi bandung, all like and it's wonderful. Um, and because I like taste, I do sometimes wonder, there are things that I have never tasted. So the two things that I've never tasted before. I mean, if I have, then it's not intentional. I might have, you know. So um, anyway, the things that I haven't tasted before is things that's haram lah. So like for example, apa nama ni, anything that's pigs or alcohol. So those are the things that I haven't tasted, and sometimes as somebody who likes to eat and likes to taste, I do wonder, how that tastes like. But you know, it's haram. So stay away. So that's and last is techs and gadgets lah. So I love how smart all the techs and gadgets are. I love the way they design. I love the way they're engineered. Um, and it's amazing to see how much it has improved. But of course, most of the time I can't really afford the most latest gadgets and stuff like that. But it doesn't stop me from liking it. So I do watch a lot of on YouTube. I like a lot watch a lot of reviews, a lot of unboxing. So yeah, that's about as close as you can get for most things. But who knows? Maybe maybe I can start reviewing tech, and then people will start to sponsor me. Anyway, so that is more or less an introduction of my hobbies and interests. Um, I might have to create separate episodes to go deeper into each one. And we'll see lah how it goes. Okay, that's all. Thank you. Bye.